And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J, 1999, part of the RSG crew, and welcome to our lunch stream. What is a lunch stream, you may be asking? Well, that's where we just hang out with you wonderful people for the next hour or so. Streaming to you live, where we'll answer all your Star Wars Galaxy Heroes questions, do some roster reviews, and let chaos ensue, as we always do, and bring you some entertainment for throughout your workday, whether you're listening to us live or if you're listening to us later on YouTube or downloading us as a podcast. Glad to have you all here. Let's introduce everybody that is here with me today. We have some of the RSG crew and a special guest. We got, of course, I think Dr. Finn Medicine Woman. Are you here, or are you still in your phone meeting?
Porg.
Oh, God. Not this shit again. Oh, my God. All right. Dr. Finn's on mute. Also here, who will not be doing that ridiculousness, is Gingervitis himself, the Ginger Ninja, the soulless one, Sanely Red.
Hey, good to be here.
Thank you for not doing Porg. You're a good man, Sanely. Also joining us is someone who does not like porgs either, is Grim the Mechanic.
I'm eating bacon.
See?
Oh, Grim.
And last but not least, you hear her voice. It is the lovely Dana Descent is here with us.
Porg.
No, stop it.
I was just gonna be like, good morning. But Finn came on and said porg, so I had to.
Well, if Finn jumps off a bridge, you're gonna jump off a bridge too there, young Dana?
Well, no, I wouldn't do that. But porgs are fun.
No, they're not.
And saying porg is fun, and your reaction is really fun.
I'm like Chewbacca, man. I just want to eat them. Get rid of them. I'm like an infestation.
No.
You know, once you let them in, they start nesting. They start putting nests everywhere and stuff. No, can't do it. Cannot do it. They need to be sautéed, cooked over an open fire. Tastes like chicken.
Careful.
Porg.
No. That is enough of that. Damn it.
You have no...
Well, see, I can handle that a little bit more better than that damn pork crap. So a couple things. First of all, to all our viewers in the Carolinas, please be safe. Please get the hell out of there. I'm watching the news. This hurricane is coming in, and it is not a joke. I've been through hurricanes. Trust me. Be safe. Get off the beach if you're on the beach. To all our viewers, just take care of yourself. Take care of your family. I mean, this storm is no joke. It's going to be a big one, and it's going to hit. And I just want to make sure that everybody's safe. So and today is 9/11. So we remember 9/11 in our hearts and our minds here in the U.S. A day that changed us all. A few days in history have had an impact on us. For each generation, World War II generation, it was December 7th, 1941. For us, it is September 11th, 2001. But lots of memorials going on, but we just want to acknowledge September 11th. We all know where we were. We all know what we were doing that day. It's gleamed in my head. Being that I was an active military member at the time, it was craziness. So yes. All right. So that being said, a couple mechanism points. Make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like the content of the video. It does help get the video out there, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new to the show, or if you watch us a lot and you haven't subscribed, please do. Obviously, you love the content that we're putting out, and if you would like us to continue doing that, your support helps keep us going. We love the community. We love all the support from the community. So please, there's a way to do it. If you'd like to, pulling up our Patreon page right now, you can become a patron. We have different levels, all color coordinated with lots of bells and goodies and lots of stuff in there. You can see we're almost at our goal.
Coordinated, huh?
Yeah, it's color coordinated. Finn did that.
So you can look fabulous.
That's right. If you're going to be donating, say something. But we're almost at our first goal, and that is hugely due to the wonderful people out there that have become patrons. We have 21 patrons, and we always try to thank them, and we're very appreciative of any support we get. And we also have other ways. You can become a YouTube sponsor if you don't want to do Patreon. We have the super chat function where you can donate. So we have all kinds of ways that you can support the channel. All right, that's all the mechanisms knocked out. think that's all the news and notes. Okay, so let's get into the roster review. Today we are doing a roster review for Dark Lord Mach. And he's in Dark Lord's Resistance. We did Dark Lord yesterday. Which one Dark Lord was it? I don't remember.
Grande's selling all of them here.
Oh. And they are in Dark Lord's Resistance, so shout out to them. And Dr. Finn, what is old Lord Mach looking for today?
So he's looking for raid teams, in particular, Heroic AAT and Heroic Sith.
Well, he's got JTR.
Who does the AAT anymore? God.
Shout out
I know.
to both
It's
nerds.
He's also got Night Sisters.
We'll come back to Heroic AAT. That one should be lower.
I mean, Heroic AAT is so 2016, Finn.
The funny part is, I think a lot of people, if you're able to put like 1 damage, you automatically go into the top 20 in a lot of the higher end
I
guilds
know, right?
now.
Because it's like one person goes in, it's like, clear! Everyone else, good luck.
I do that actually. Every now and then I'll just throw in like a character and hit auto just so I'm not with the zeros. I'll just jump all the zeros and get into top 20.
I did that with Heroic Sith the other day with my nicer team. I just wait till phase 4. I'm like, go in there, auto. Oh, 800,000, thank you. I'm done.
Yeah, so I mean, there are different teams you can use for Heroic AAT, and we can look at his roster and stuff for that. But I would say let's focus on his Sith raid team first.
All right, so let's look at his character os. If GG will cooperate with me, possibly, maybe, yes, no, yes. Come on, please.
All right. Well, while he's getting that up, I mean, first one is going to be his resistance,
GG's
right?
updated to where you see the Zetas now, like you do
Yep.
on the. Hey, very nice, GG. Look at GG.
Very nice.
Stepping up their game. They ain't playing, yo.
Nope.
All right,
So
let's,
resistance-wise, he has a triple Zeta Jedi Training Ray, double
Yes,
Zeta
sir.
R2. He has
Yeah.
a Zeta BB-8. Those are his gear 12. Everyone after that is essentially gear 11 in terms of usefulness, which is Scavenger Ray and Resistance Trooper. So there may be one of your first little hiccups. You do want to try and get Resistance Trooper to gear 12. I know Grande's been playing around with Scavenger Ray at gear 11 and getting some good results, but you also have a gear 11 Zeta Hermit Yoda, who would also be a good 5th, as well as a gear 12 Barris. So we got that, and I don't see Visas, at least not anywhere towards the top. So I'm assuming Visas isn't there yet. So in that case, you're looking at one of those 3 characters, either your Gear 11 Scavenger Ray, your Gear 11 Hermit Yoda, or your Gear 12 Barris.
It looks like he's working on Visas Mars. She's at 5-star gear 11.
Hey, welcome to my world. We'll both be done with it by 2021. So I'm just
So so in that case, I mean, I would play around with either Hermit Yoda or Scavenger Ray in particular. You could do Barris. Barris is going to be the one that you may need to use because your guild, I don't know, Sanely, maybe you know. I'm assuming he has Treya unlocked, so I'm assuming Resistance has been doing Heroic Sith for a while already.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that case, if they're killing phase 1 relatively quickly...
let's look at phase 2.
Well, no. If they're killing phase 1 very quickly...
let's look at phase 2.
Time for RNG. And so you don't want to necessarily use up characters that you will need later on, which is specifically Hermit Yoda. So then you may play around with Scavenger Ray and Barasafi and just try to get in whatever max damage.
Just get your Trooper and Scavenger Ray to 12 and just go in there and kick some ass. Because once those two are 12, I mean, good lord.
I agree. I think that's the direction you should go anyways, even with the RNG beforehand. So I think you're better off.
Scav Ray is I did her. She's awful. She's awful. Oh my god.
I left mine. She's
I love her too. I think she's amazing. She's amazing.
No, I left her. I'm not taking her.
Finn!
She's gear 11.
You son.
We got Heroic Sith on farm, and I'm like, nope. I am not working on her for more Heroic Sith. I'm going to focus on Territory War. So I went over to the first one.
So we know phase 1 we're good. Now let's go to phase 2.
Okay.
Let's see here. You said he has a Hermit Yoda. Does he have a Wampa?
Yeah, he does. Gear 12 with the Zeta.
All right, and then so you could run Kenobi with that. I mean, jeez. I mean, just let's look at. I want to see if he has where his.
His Sabine needs a little bit of work.
That's
his
what
Sabine
I was
is
going
gear
to go
8.
to right now. Phoenix Sabine.
Yeah.
She's gear 8.
She's gear 8, so
She's
you can
good
put
enough
some
to get
speed mods
some.
on
Yeah,
her.
yeah. You can get her in there and do some armor shreds and. You got Kenobi, you got Hermit Yoda, you got Wampa, you can throw Thrawn in there. I mean, you could really kick some ass with that team. With the fractures, armor shreds, Wampa just goes in there and just starts nom-nomming everything. So that you've got the components easily to have a sick-ass Phase 2 team. So I don't think you have any problems with Phase 2. And you can still go run in there and run Shotgun Leia if you wanted to, if you want to do extra damage. And if you have a First Order team, hell, throw that in there too. You can really do some damage if your guild needs you to do it.
And he has a Palpatine, Scion, Nihilus
right,
team.
so there's a fourth thing you go in there and kick some ass.
Phase 2, you'll be able to make up. You'll be able to do a lot of damage.
Yep.
Your one kind of like potential switch that you can do. So in general, both these teams are strong. I found that the Kenobi lead is stronger, and the team is the Kenobi, Wampa, Thrawn,
Sabine.
Kenobi, Wampa, Thrawn, Sabine, and Hermit Yoda.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the really strong team, right? There is another team that you can use, and that would be substituting out Kenobi and putting in a Boba Fett lead.
Sure.
So it's getting Wampa more damage based on Boba Fett's lead. And you could run that team. So Boba, Wampa, Thrawn, Sabine, and Hermit Yoda. Again, one of these things that you want to always make sure you're doing with all of these attempts is that your Hermit Yoda survives. And then if your Hermit Yoda survives, you're able to use him kind of from team to team, which is the best part of Hermit Yoda. If you do that, you can then save Kenobi for your Akbar team, which would be Akbar, Leia, Kenobi, Hermit Yoda, and then probably like a shore trooper.
Sure.
And just kind of double taunting and kind of keeping Princess Leia alive, using a bunch of different abilities that will then trigger the Akbar lead. So you're kind of looking in that aspect for that particular team. Now, if you use Kenobi in your Phase 1, no, not Phase 1, with your first second attack team, then what you would do is use another taunter that hopefully doesn't do any kind of offensive ability with his taunt. And the best one for that actually is one that people don't work on, and that's Clone Wars Chewie. And I'm just taking a look. Your Clone Wars Chewie is 7-star, gear 8, level 81. So not really worth working on him for, but I'll just throw it out there. He is good in that particular phase for that team. But in looking at your other tanks, you're probably going to end up going with a Sunfac as your other one, just as a strong taunter. You don't want your Stormtrooper Han because you don't want any other rebels to take away from Akbar calling Leia, right? Because if you had another one, now Leia's chance of being called is 33% instead of 50% by everyone besides Akbar. So you could do that. So that would be your like a second Phase 2 team for you. First Order is another one. You can just do all First Order and just kind of run in there. The other team you could run is Emperor Palpatine, Nihilus, Scion, Sith Trooper, and Hermit Yoda. And that team, you would basically be trying to get Nihilus's Annihilate off as fast as possible. You're going to put debuffs on with Scion. You're going to try and spread shock around with Emperor Palpatine, and then Palpatine is just going to keep on attacking Scion, so you get a little bit of extra attacks there. So that's another potential Phase 2 team. So all of those combined can get you a lot of like extra damage. Each one, depending on how you do it in the order, your Wampa team should be able to net you at least about 2 million or so. Your Nihilus team will probably be like another million, and your First Order and your Shotgun Leia would probably be somewhere around the range of like 600,000, kind of minimal. So in total, you should be about to get like 4.5 million in Phase 2 with your teams if you're able to get your attacks off.
Yep. First Order looks fantastic. Night Sisters look fantastic. He's got the we already know he has the Chex for phase 3. He's got Night Sisters for phase 4. I mean, you've got the teams, man, for Heroic Sith. I really, 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 really impressed with this roster. Really good. I mean, good lord. Now we want to talk about AT. Just go run your Night Sisters. Win. Goodbye. So we discussed AT. Or does anybody else have any thoughts on this?
I mean, you could do your Night Sisters. You could do you could do Wampinator.
Sure. And what's Wampinator? So let the people know. We keep throwing terms out there. People
so
like,
you don't have the Zeta on
No.
Vader's lead, which helps. It's not 100% necessary, but it really helps. The team is essentially Vader, Wampa, Thrawn, CLS, and BB-8, and you can kind of go through and solo it. Now it is a long solo. It's not an auto solo. If you do want to try an auto type team that does a lot of damage, you could do phase 1 with CLS and Han, and you can kind of stick it on auto with them and get through a lot of it, and that'll give you a big burst of damage in phase 1, and then replace CLS with a character like Asajj, and then you could run Vader lead, Asajj, Wampa, Thrawn, and BB-8, and then attack the rest of it. So you have a few different possibilities with Heroic AAT. I don't know what
he's got all anything. He's got all the pieces, so
yeah,
whatever.
you have all the pieces in order to make a good team.
I mean,
so
Night Sisters
just
themselves can just go through and wreck. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Night Sister team. Just go in and kill. Just use your Night Sisters. My God. Even if you want to say phase 2 on, just like, okay, I'll just wait for phase 1 to be over, and phase 2 on. I win. Because they will do some sick ass damage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there are teams out there that you've got the pieces, dude. So I mean, find a team you like because you've got the components with your roster, man. I mean, there's lots of different teams and stuff that you could use. So I mean, I'm sure if you're in chat right now, people are like, "No, use this team. No, use this team."
Yeah, there's a lot of teams for AAT. Everyone kind of just does stuff for fun now, honestly, with it. So
I usually just go in with. What is it? JTR, BB-8, R2, Thrawn, and CLS, and just put on auto for like. I usually get the end of phase 2, and then I put on auto all the way through phase 4.
Yeah.
But you get 15 to 20 million and call it a day. I don't even bother looking. Whatever I get, I get. But if you want to full clear it, I mean, there are teams out there that you can do that we've already mentioned. So. It can be done, but man, is it labor intensive. I think that's the thing about the AAT is like, it's so labor intensive. You have to sit there and watch because sometimes the AI does stuff. You're like, wait, no, what did you just do there? You stupid AI. No, don't do that. But it does it anyway. So, all right. So what else do we need to look at?
That was it. Let's take a look at his mods really quick and just make sure they're all kind of in the right spot, because that would also help with Heroic Sith and AAT. But just looking at his speeds, yeah, his speeds are all they're all pretty focused. He has some that are spread around a little bit, but he's getting rank 1 in Arena and doing what he needs to, so it's not a huge deal. He has some that are on Snowtrooper and whatnot. Part of this also could be that he's upgrading his mods, which is also something that we have to be cautious about because, like I'm doing, probably for about 2-3 months, my mods may potentially look a little weird because I'm just updating or slicing all of my mods that have like 15 secondaries and stuff. So they're kind of scattered on different characters. Some will hit, some will not. I'm not going to remod after every single one. That would be silly.
Yes, you will.
So that could be one of the reasons why your mods are a little messed up.
Well, I'm looking at I just said speed secondaries, and they're on characters. I'm like, okay, yeah. I see that.
There's nothing that he's not using, so everything looks fine. And
Thrawn. There's one on Or Sing. Interesting.
Wait, he's Zeta Aura Singh?
No, he has a mod that's pretty high speed on her. But it's a blue mod. He probably just got it recently. I mean, I just
put it on so it's on somebody.
Trey, I don't have any problems with the mods he's got and he's doing fine. So, yeah. Wait a minute. There's one on
Looks
Stormtrooper
pretty
Han.
cool.
You get that damn defensive thing off Stormtrooper Han and put it on Scion. What the hell's going on here?
The only thing that drives me nuts is them showing the colors.
I know it's like looking at a bowl
It's
of Lucky
messing
Charms.
with me, man. I don't have OCD or anything, but it's just messing with me.
Well, if you did, I know the moth thing throws me completely off. Oh god, I blame
Because I'm
Kid.
so used to looking through and it being, not colorized except for the speeds and stuff.
The mod thing is just the mod thing. I don't care.
I've gotten used to it now. It doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah, I've spoken my piece. I just live with it. Not happy about it, but I don't care. Okay, so we looked at his mods. Look pretty damn solid. He's doing pretty damn well. I mean, is there anything else we need to?
No, I think that was it.
All right.
If you have any other questions,
Yeah.
let us know, Lord
Lord
Mock,
Mock.
and we'll definitely be able to help you.
All right. So, if you have questions, go ahead and get your questions in. I'm sure they've been flying in. Stanley is scooping those up. I forgot to say this at the beginning. But he'll scoop them up. Make sure you put the word question in front of your statement if you have questions for us, and then we will rock and roll and do that. Nothing going on in game. I mean, we just had the territory battles. Hope everyone did well in that. We're getting ready for a territory war right into dark side territory battle, so creamy. Boy, oh boy. It is what it is. But it's only one territory war, so I kind of like that they did one territory war, not try to get two in there, because, my God.
Yeah.
So, but, as you can see, I'm still farming along here. Let's look at old Rangers roster. I've pretty much got everybody that there's, other than Rose, is... I have the worst luck with her drops, man. But she's almost 5 stars. We say everything's 5-star up now, so I'm working on farming that. I'm about to take Magma to gear 12, and then I'll be done with him. Emphas, I just want to get a couple more pieces of her gear 11, then until she's done farming, I'm farming her. Imperial Pro Droid, I got to 9. I'm working on getting him to 10. Wampa, I got to 6 stars, and I'm working on getting him up. Solo characters are at least gear 8 for the most part. Gear 7, gear 8. So I'm trying to get them in a place so if something does drop, at least like a legendary, that I'm ready to go. I'm working on Bosk. I'm working on Visas. I'm not working on L3 because I'm working on Emphas first, so I'm gonna get her to 7 stars. I wanted to get L3 to 5 just in case, but I just don't know what's gonna happen if we do get a legendary. But hold those 5. So it's just the grind is the grind, man. It is what it is. So. That's the day in the life of Ranger farming. You can see it's quite a lot. So, all right, let's get to some questions. I'm going to do some Galactic War. I'll just throw some random teams in there. Just
Did you just hit 3.5?
Yeah, I've been 3.5 for a while.
Oh, okay. Did I give you a puppy for it?
A puppy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he understands your question.
So I did. All right, I'll post it in the server, and then you'll understand what I mean.
Dana has milestone puppies when
What?
people hit different GPs.
I made them. I started them like over a year ago, and I started out with 2 million because it was like a huge deal back then.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, well, I need to accommodate more. And so I made them for every 250,000 GP. And I post them for the people on my alliance, and I love posting them, and people love getting them. And I've been posting them in other servers too. I posted them in the Angel server for the ladies if they want to share them in their servers. And the puppies are taking over. But they're Star Wars puppies.
Are there any Sith puppies?
Yes.
Evil Sith puppies? They look menacing but cute.
Yeah, I have some evil ones.
All right, let's go with an evil. I totally want an evil one.
But you can't pick. I
Oh,
made
what?
them.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Surprise me. All right, I'll thought that.
Okay, all right.
Puppy. That's why I was like, puppy. What the hell? Doja's on this like, I get 3.5, Dana. Can I get a puppy? Well, apparently,
Yeah,
if you hit the certain milestones, 3 million, 3.5, stuff like that, you get a puppy.
Yeah. Every 250,000.
If it's a porg, Dana, I will fine you. It's going to be ugly.
No, actually, I don't have
Don't
any
do that
porgs.
to me.
No, this one's cute.
Chili puppies can't be evil. Shut up, Thoka. I don't want a porg.
Puppies can be evil. They're just cute while doing it.
That's right. All right, let's get to some questions now that we have the puppy thing figured out.
Zylo1111 question. I hear CG will be releasing the Pixel Tune info tomorrow. Will they do it before the Wednesday stream so you have something to talk about, or be nasty and release it after/during?
They pretty much released most stuff.
They already gave it away. It's Django.
Yeah, we already know it's Django. I mean, let's just be real.
They gave it away in like 3 different things. So
Yeah.
people already figured it out from the pixels. Then they gave the second picture with a quote from Django Unchained, which I heard first from Sanely Red. So
I like the way you
I'll shout out Sanely there. But then also the picture was kind of obvious with the rocket on his back and everything. And then they also showed the Django action figure on the Twitch stream.
Now, here's a quick question. On any of those posts, did they say anything other than the quotes and stuff?
I mean, the only thing, they didn't put anything in the context. It was just the title and then the picture. They didn't ever write any words. I don't think.
So this could just be an elaborate troll.
I doubt it.
They would piss off everyone if they did at that point. The
Yeah,
only
but
thing
they
that's
should
going to
just find
sell
out
you
tomorrow.
We're working on, or here's a hint at something, like they normally do.
it's going to be Django.
Yeah.
The last time they did this was with Thrawn, I think it was, and they went through with it. I don't think they're gonna mess that up. The only thing is probably going to be a marquee event. So.
Doyas, question with various ship compositions. Is anyone else wanting a fleet loadout option for ease of swapping and territory war defense placing? Yeah, that'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Doyas, question: if/when we get Django, will he have a separatist tag?
Possibly. I don't think so. No. Yeah, he would be a separatist because
Wait, who?
Django.
Django.
Yeah, he would.
But he was just employed by Dooku.
Well, he did fight in the Battle of Geonosis on the side of the separatists, even though he was. But yeah, he was a part of
Because
it.
he was getting paid.
Yeah, but he was
by
still
Dooku.
part of the organization. You know, even though he is a bounty hunter. Yeah, I could see him being a tag. You could justify it, and you could also. You're right, Graham. Go the other way and say no, he's just a bounty hunter. I could see both. I don't have a problem with either. Either choice is fine with me.
I mean, because if they were to go by that, technically Boba Fett, IG-88, and Bosk would all be Empire. Because Darth Vader employed them to hunt down the Millennium Falcon.
It's one thing to hire them to go after a specific target. I mean, let's think about it. Django was hired by Count Dooku to create the clone army, to fight the separatists, and then worked with him not only to go after targets, but then protected him. She doesn't think he's got a little bit of a separatist tag to him. A little different. All right, next question, please.
Fatality V2 question: have they removed Fat from fleet shipments? I haven't seen her in 4 days.
I don't think so. I mean,
She's
I'll check
still in
mine.
there.
I go days without seeing the characters that I want, and well, I guess really Grievous is the only one I need anymore. But I remember going like days, or sometimes even over
like
a
they
week or
cycle,
so.
like a
Especially if you're like
Oh,
10 shards away from a star.
Yes,
That's when they always never seem to show up.
Yep.
Sith Gorilla question: does anyone else think that Sanley's voice sounds like he's mid-transformation from human to cyborg? Resistance is futile.
He's not wrong.
1073 question: how many Zetas do you think Django will have?
2. He's gonna be a
Over
marquee.
9,000.
He's more likely than not gonna be a marquee with the way that it was the caveat that was put out by Carrie. So marquees the legendaries have 3, or journeys have 3. Marquees should only have 2, maybe even 1. But I seriously doubt it's going to be more than 2.
Kashmir, question, do you think the hint CG is giving us is a new TB map?
I think that has to do with the Rolo character of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they've given any hints yet with regards to a new territory battle map, but I think that is coming as a result of the Rolo hint. But everything they're doing right now is pointing towards Django.
You know, sorry to interrupt, but I have. What would you think if they were to do like a special time territory battle? Like you have 24 hours to evacuate before the Death Star blows up Alderaan.
I'm cool with anything like that as long as the 24 hours doesn't require like a coordinated effort, because you have too many time zones involved. And if you if you started at a particular time, right? Like, so let's just suppose it kind of like a raid almost. If everybody can go in during a 24-hour time period and then do their attacks with their characters, and all the progress is then cumulatively added up to see how far you get towards escaping the Death Star or whatever it is, right? That's fine, because then everyone plays at their own schedule. You have 24 hours to get in your attacks, no issues. But stuff like territory wars and territory battles is really annoying because it starts at a set time. And even being a US guild, like, it's kind of annoying to have it in the middle of the afternoon. But it's even worse because we have some people in like Australia who's basically in like the middle of the night when stuff starts. I mean, there's a lot of nuisance with regards to set times that's not being set by the guild and set by the game. They need to avoid that as much as possible. So I'd be cool with that kind of game mode as long as it allows for individual progress to be cumulatively added.
Oh, one last thing before we go on. The person that asked about Fulcrum still being in the Fleet Arena store, she is there. I'm looking at her on mine right now.
And there you go. That's science.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Get your questions in if you have them. Robert MC or McC83. Question, I've been farming the solo tune. Should I focus more on bounty hunters if Django is coming first?
I'd love to tell you yes, but I mean,
Django's probably going to be a marquee.
Yeah, it's going to be a marquee. They're not going to make Django legendary. Just to round out the bounty hunters. So I think the marquee is going to be something solo, and I think the next marquee or legendary is going to be Malik for KOTOR when they start getting released. So you'll have a few more weeks to farm solo tunes to get ready for it. I think it's going to drop October for the solo stuff, and then I think December we're going to get Malik with KOTOR, which will probably be released free to play here in the next 2 weeks to start farming those. So prepare yourself. Blame Finn.
Sith Forever 9. Question, when looking at Houndstooth reinforcement, do you think Django will be getting his own ship, or any other rumors on other bounty hunter ships?
I can see Django getting a ship as well. Wouldn't shock me.
God. Will there be another Slave One?
Yeah, it would be a Slave One with different color scheme and different skills.
And then still no Millennium Falcon with a Han and a Chewie.
Well, people want Django more, apparently.
Apparently. I don't want Django. The ship part is going to be the interesting part.
I mean, all the bounty hunters could get their own ships.
Yeah. That probably is going to happen soon, I think.
Now, they could do Django's old ship, the one that he had before he got Slave One, which was pretty much just a cockpit on 2 giant freaking engines.
Krim said cockpit. Next question.
On 2 engines.
Doyason, question, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a ranger was in charge?
A plethora. A Google.
DSP. That is actually a number.
I know.
DSP question. About to unlock Treya. Have gear and 2 Zetas ready for her. Should I Zeta her lead right away or just unique? Have Palpatine lead Zeta.
How about both?
I'd do both because she, right off the bat, if you can gear her up, she, that's instant getting top, 25 in your arena?
Mm-hmm.
So it depends. It depends a little bit too on his arena. If your arena is all Treya, right? All you need is Treya's unique. You stick her under an Emperor Palpatine lead. You have the counter. You can run all the way to the top. It's still not going to drop very much on a Treya heavy shard. What it will drop to is if you have Bastilas still around. If you have Bastilas still around, then EP is kind of weak against it, and so you do want to have a Treya lead in order to do the Bastilas, and then you'd want to put a Zeta on her leader. But you could very well go without putting a Zeta on her leader, honestly, and just run EP lead with Treya, Nyla, Scion, and Sith Trooper, or Thrawn, or Enfys, and you'll be fine.
Doyasan, question, which Han is your favorite Han? Raid Han?
From the movies?
I'm going to say right now, Force Ghost Han in Episode 9.
Wrong.
I'm calling it right now. There's going to be a Force Ghost Han, and that's going to be my favorite.
Wrong.
You'll see.
Oh, you're right, we will.
It's going to be the ending scene. It's going to be a Force Ghost Han, a Force Ghost Leia, and a Force Ghost Luke all standing as Rey and Kylo take over the world.
Doyasan, question, I have 2 Zetas saved. Should I put them on Bosk even though he is Gear 8 and 4-star?
Nope. What's the point in putting a Zeta on a Gear 8 character? A Zeta doesn't make it, so he's suddenly going to be more powerful.
Well, unless you're using Houndstooth in your fleet.
Yeah, then you're better off getting Gear first. Zeta's still going to be a waste. You get more benefit, really, out of getting up to Gear 11.
Dana Descent, question, what color should I dye my hair next?
Red.
Wasn't it supposed to be silver with the sparklies and things?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
Finn's got to do his too.
Just like me.
I guess
your
that's my
daughter's
answer.
spoken.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
How could you forget? I want him to get his hair white with glitter, and then put on a dress, and then dress up his porg, and the porg have to get married. How can you forget that?
That was adorable.
But wait a second,
oh my gosh, she was going on and on and on.
Yeah, that was Finn that was supposed to dye his hair that color.
No, her too.
Not Dana.
Oh no,
Dana was
she said it
first.
first for me. Yeah, she did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to do silver with glitter and jewels and sparkles. And
I'm looking for it right now. Hold on, let me.
And my
The one that's recorded in the separate
I'm pulling it up.
audio
now.
clip is from me. Dana's daughter said it on one of the lunch streams with us or Dana.
I remember it now. Yes.
Let me see here if I can pull up the what I'm talking about here, so if they can just get the damn thing to. Okay, let me see here.
And I did end up dressing up my porg.
Here we go.
Infinity to do. He needs to dye his hair silver with sparkles and glitter and little rhinestones. And he needs to dress up his porg. And he needs to put a little bow and glitter on his porg hat. And he needs to dress up his AK with sparkles.
She is so adorable.
That's right.
she's an expander and that got put in recently, so she has a little difficulty talking, but yeah, she's adorable. And yeah, she went on. She at the end she did say Finn's supposed to dress up his AK, and I was like, yeah, Finn doesn't have any AKs. He doesn't. She's like, AR? No, he doesn't have any ARs.
Nope.
I really
I don't even know what a buttstock is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mario Solario. Question, is the Zeta Nihilus unique necessary for Arena? I can still get to first without it.
Nope. Not really.
And it actually is detrimental against Treya-led teams, if you have that. Because of the buffs they get.
So I've actually started to like it, actually. So they get the buffs and they gain the turn meter at the beginning, right? So it is a little bit of a downfall there, but it does start putting debuffs on everyone, which makes it easier to get the Nihilus cooldown reduction.
Mm-hmm.
So I still actually like it. But I mean, if you're getting first without it, then your answer is there already. Is it necessary? No. you're getting first without it. So you can do without a lot of the Zetas, honestly. You can do without the Scion Zeta as well and get first with the team, but I mean these are all just things that help. And they're good Zetas because they really help to put the team together. But in terms of being crucial, no, not really.
And we're caught up on questions right now.
Nice.
Wow. Well, you can just sit back and for the next 20 minutes drink some coffee and kind of...
Yeah, I got my coffee.
Hey, Dana.
Yes.
Pork.
No!
Pork.
That's not what that means!
Pork.
Pork.
We got 20 minutes of this.
I could sing a pork song.
Yeah. Oh,
please somebody ask some questions.
Yeah, please ask questions, otherwise we'll continue with the...
Well, I do
No,
have...
you won't. I'll hang up the phone on both of you knuckleheads.
For an announcement, though, I know that the podcast is behind. There was... I've unfortunately just been super busy. Our main way of doing our communication with you guys is YouTube. We're trying to do the podcast and trying to keep up with it, but it is a manual process for us in order to get that going. So I am going to be trying to catch up here today, and hopefully before tomorrow's stream, it will be completely caught up. But again, it is a manual process. It does take some time, so bear with me. I am planning on catching up here. I know it's about 2 weeks behind right now, so I'll work on that now.
Damn it, Finn.
I know.
I blame Finn.
Yeah, this is me because I have to download the audio and then put it up there, and I've been really, really swamped the last 2 weeks, which resulted actually in a good thing, which was I was able to visit Ranger. So, I mean, it all kind of worked out, but, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and I kicked his ass in Magic.
It's true.
And then I kicked his ass in Battlefront.
Well, because I let you. You'd have been chasing around my green froggy guy forever.
And I was like, come back here, you little bastard.
That was so much fun to run away. I was just running away everywhere with him. It was fantastic. But then I was like, nah, I'm not going to keep on doing that. You were just literally Palpatine chasing around the frog.
And then I kept hitting him and getting him close to death, and then he'd heal up.
And then I push you away and run away again.
Heal up. I'm like, oh, damn it.
So much fun. But yeah, that would have gone on forever. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's just... We can go ahead and start wrapping it down, but yeah, it was fun. I have to go through the Magic cards too. I have those, but I haven't had a chance to take them out yet. I have to check with Loki. I think the Planeswalker card that you got is the one that he was saying was the expensive one. So, I'll have to check with Loki.
You sound like somebody who'd like to play Odd Job in Goldeneye.
Da-da, da-da.
Baby.
Oh man, proximity mines.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 Zetas sitting around, and I've been considering putting them on my Jedi, like Bastila and Grandmaster Yoda. Yoda is Gear 11, and Bastila is 4 stars, and she could be Gear 11. I just could give her a stun gun. I'm just wondering if it would be a good idea. Well, I use Treya for Arena, and I've been... If I push, I can get down into like the 30s.
Any reason you can't get higher?
The teams are tough. I don't know.
Okay. Are you using your Treya lead against their Treya leads?
I usually look for the EP leads or the Bastila teams.
Okay, so Treya leads are not going to be very good against EP leads. You can beat them, But EP leads actually have an advantage over Treya leads. And so if you're facing a Treya team, you can put in your own EP lead. And again, just go EP, Treya, Scion, Nihilus, and then Thrawn. And you should be able to win those matches easier. If you're facing a Bastila team, you can continue with your Treya team. And you can just switch between those two, and you pretty much have everything covered on your arena. But then to your question about Zetas, it's up to you if you kind of want to, but honestly at this point I would just save it because we don't know what Django's kit is going to be. And he could be very good. Plus we're probably going to be expecting more characters in the next couple months. Where do you finish in Fleet?
Oh gosh, that's embarrassing.
Okay, not top 20.
No.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
So that means so that means your Zeta acquisition rate is going to be a little bit lower. So if you use your Zeta, it's going to take you a little bit longer to get it. Versus if you were in like the top 10 or something, kind of consistently, even the top 20, you'd be getting a Zeta mat. You'd be getting about 6 Zeta mats every week, maybe 5 if you go down a little bit. And so you could pick up a full Zeta mat a little bit quicker. But if you're not in the top of arena, it's going to take you a little bit longer. So you want to be a little bit more cautious about your Zeta spending. So just go ahead and I would honestly just go ahead and save it until we see kind of what's happening with Django primarily. And then after that, you can decide if you want to put it on Bastila. Bastila is a good one, her lead. You can save it on Yoda. Yoda doesn't need it. It helps the team, but it's not necessary.
What about, I've been also thinking about Greedo.
I wouldn't.
No. Okay.
He's good, but I mean,
so good.
He is good, but I don't think you want to use your Zeta on him right now.
Okay.
Do you have a Bosk lead Zeta?
I do.
Okay. I mean, you can, but I probably wouldn't.
Mod. Ooh, 18.
Okay.
Ooh.
The stun is nice, but for the most part, he's gonna end up being a little bit more of a PP character. So I wouldn't use the Zeta.
Okay. All right. Thanks. My husband told me I'm not supposed to go after EP lead. My team is fast, so that's usually I know like the teams that I can easily go in and beat. So if it's like down lower, I will stay away from the EP teams. But if it's up where like in the 50s or 60s, my team is usually I go in there and I go before everybody else almost all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Then you can try an EP. You can try your EP lead against their EP lead, and that would probably work out a little bit better for you too.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks.
All right. I think we have more questions, Stanley.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
Kazakage, too easy. Question: do you guys want CG to add more KOTOR and KOTOR 2 characters? Yeah.
No.
As long as they don't spam us with a bunch of marquee characters at once. Sure.
That's my fear. It's going to be a bunch of marquees all of a sudden because we asked for KOTOR characters. As long as they're spaced out, yes. I never have any issue with them rolling out characters as long as they're spaced out.
Nathaniel Miller, question: any of you in the path of the hurricanes? I know McVenom, Auchi, Zabif, and Bimasu are.
Bimasu?
Yeah, there's another hurricane out near Hawaii.
Oh yeah, there's one heading for Hawaii. I forgot about that one.
Yep. I think what's his name? The other guy that plays was it DSP Ranger that's in Hawaii too?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think DSP is in that area too. And I'm trying to think, there's some other people that are in Hawaii and whatnot. But yeah, there's a lot of people in the North Carolina area. So yeah, everyone stay safe. Get the hell out of there. Yeah. At least in Florida, I know that the houses are kind of built with the idea of hurricanes in mind. I don't know if they do that up near in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. It's all different down in Florida. Florida's a weird place.
Well, here's a question though. You know, Zabif is the real world Tiny Tina. Why doesn't she just blow the hurricane up? Then everything will be fine.
She's probably trying right now. She's having a tea party with her stuffed rabbit and coming up with a plan. How to fire a rocket into the hurricane to break it apart.
Thoka, question: who do I need to bribe to get help with a mod arena team to help mod his arena team?
You just do a roster review, and then we'll put you on the list. Didn't we just do your roster review and go through this?
Yeah, I think we did, didn't we?
Does he? Oh, is he actually looking for somebody to do it? Like actually do it for him?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah. And tag Grande if he has time. He'll probably do it.
I don't even know if Grande would do that. Going through your entire roster, remodding it is a pain.
He just said it's for his arena, not his entire roster.
I know, but even doing it just for your arena.
Yeah, but you have to go through the entire roster to look at mods.
True.
I know there's people that you can pay to do it. I've heard of people charging fees to do your mods for you. But yeah, I don't know anyone that loves it that much that they.
No, we can definitely help you though, Thoka. We can look at your roster and give you an idea about what, like he's saying, the setup of mods. We can definitely go through that and go through specifics if you want.
Doya-san, question: does everyone remember their first Zeta, and what was it around the corn? I think mine was ball lead.
That may have been mine as well. I can't
My
remember.
first Zeta was Vader's lead.
I honestly do not remember what my first Zeta was.
Yeah.
I think Savage was either my second or my third. I want to say that my first Zeta was actually Kylo Ren's Outrage, his special. I think that was my first Zeta, but I don't recall for sure. But I think it was Kylo Ren. Because I think I remember doing it just for Heroic AAT Phase 1, because you could use him to solo it.
TSP, question: with all the new bugs in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, did CG hire some of the Battlefront 2 developers?
By the way, I got a secret shout out by the devs. Did you guys see that?
No.
In the latest post?
Yeah, they said, Finn, stop trolling.
Yep, that was essentially what he wrote. I was in the Twitch chat for their charity stream for the most part and all that, and I was putting puns, and John Solera and I were having like a pun off, which was really fun. And Crumb said, "Oh, I cannot apologize more for the puns that were going on." And he said, "You know who you are." That was me. Just so everyone knows that was me. It was so much fun, and Crumb knows he enjoyed it. He might pretend like he doesn't, but him and his mutton chops loved it. He has awesome mutton chops, by the way.
Kashmir, question: I will be getting JTR the next go round. Should I save my Zetas or give my next to Cyan, who I use in Arena?
Arena first. Especially if it makes a difference in where you're going to be, by the way. If you're already rank 1 without it, then you may want to hold it, but if you're going to be able to climb higher, then use it.
Ouchie Dumpling, question: there's 0 things happening on the calendar for September 20th. What's going to happen then?
I think we were looking at that earlier, right? And we were thinking that maybe there's going to be a legendary of some kind that was going to pop up. Quite possibly, with the time frame, it is quite possible that the solo legendary is going to pop up during that time period, because we have, I think, close to, if not slightly more time to farm the solo characters than we did the Phoenix characters for Thrawn before Thrawn was released. So I would suspect that right around that time, and I think it finishes the CLS Heroic, I think, at that time, in the R2 event. Right after that, I'm going to guess there's going to be the solo tune legendary popping up.
What else 73 question: why does my phone always wait for me to be playing games to want to update 25 apps?
Well, when you're playing games 24 hours a day, it always happens that way. So then stop playing games.
Trevor Christensen, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that happened to me this morning when I was trying to do my dailies.
See? And I'm not gonna lie, my
we're
game,
unable to connect to the game because the internet's busy. Like, oh, what?
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. My phone is typically either open to text messages, which is not as common as it is having either Galaxy of Heroes open or Clash of Clans open right now. So that's pretty much, yeah. And Discord occasionally if I'm laying in my bed and not near my computer.
Trevor Christensen. Question: what is the best JT Ray team comp for Phase 1 Heroic Sith?
Best one is JTR, R2, BB-8, Resistance Trooper, Scavenger Ray. But you do want to get them gear 12, but that's the best one, Phase 1.
I've seen teams with Visas do more damage.
That would be the next best one. Yep. So the best one is with Resistance Trooper and Scavenger Ray. The next one is going to be with Visas Mar. Then the next one is Hermit Yoda. Then the next one is Barris. So in that order, in terms of kind of the fifth. I haven't seen, and that isn't to say that people haven't done it, but I haven't seen Scavenger Ray as the DPS outdo Resistance Trooper in that fourth position. So first three, Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, R2. Fourth position is a Resistance Attacker, which is typically Resistance Trooper. You could do Scavenger Ray, but I haven't seen Scavenger Ray do better than Resistance Trooper. And then fifth position would be Scavenger Ray, Visas Mar, Hermit Yoda, and Barris in that order.
Chewy, question: what do you think the next major update is going to be, and what would you like it to be?
Next, well, it depends what you call a major update. We kind of already have an idea about some of the things, right? So we have Jango Fett Marquee that we know is pretty much coming next week. But if you're looking in terms of game, like bigger game things, they already kind of told us what the next thing is, and that's going to be the introduction of slicing materials into Sith Raid rewards, particularly Tier 6 and Heroic Tier 7. So those would be the next things that are coming in the game. As for what I would want to see, we can go around the corn, but I'm hoping for more ships.
More thoughts. I'm just looking forward to the Finn and Dana silver hair sprinkle stuff myself.
Pork.
Quick.
I would like to see like a capital ship raid. Yeah. Where you take in your fleet and battle the first like couple of phases, and then you take in ground troops to storm the capital ship that you landed on, like old school Battlefront 2.
No.
Yeah.
Another Han and Chewie.
And yes, OG Chewbacca and freaking Millennium Falcon, which we should have had.
We need a new Chewbacca.
I think for a ship phase in a raid, they would probably need to have us average about 6 potential attacks in order for it to be viable. And so they probably need to introduce 2 more capital ships and then a bunch more regular ships.
That's
capital ships, they've already kind of started to set it up, with more likely than not Holdo going to get 1 capital ship that would then provide the 3rd light side, and then you'd be looking for a dark side. Dark side could very well then be an introduction of I'm blanking on his name. Not Kylo, but Hux. So you could potentially have Hux with the capital ship coming into the game as you get closer to episode 9, and that could be the release of the raid that has a ship phase. But you need about 2 more capital ships, I think, before we can get there.
And that's all the questions.
All right. Well.
Oh yeah, Nathaniel Miller brings up a good point. It could be Malevolence for Grievous. They could very well do a Grievous rework and bring in Malevolence for him too. That's definitely true. And then I'm trying to remember who said it. Doja-san said Half Face 01 promoted a guy that does mods on your accounts for money. I think it was McMole that also did it as well. He mentioned it at the end of his stream, and I think it was like $75, and within like 3 hours they'll remod your roster or something. The only thing is I don't know if, honestly, it's I have a feeling doing that is against terms of service. just for reference. So do it at your own risk. I know they're kind of promoting it, but giving your account information to somebody else, I know, is technically not allowed. But people do it anyways, especially if they go on like vacation and stuff and have somebody else run their account. So
yeah, but there's the thing: if that person decides to steal your account, there's nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, CG will be like, "Oh, it was your fault for giving them your username password."
You can, but it's a long process because you still technically have access to your game account, and so you could reset the password, but then you don't know what they've already done at that point.
Science.
Mm.
You caused yourself headaches.
I blame Finn. All right, Mr. Porg, why don't you close us out there?
Porg.
No. Wednesday, porg.
Shut up.
So thank you all for watching. This is our lunch hour. We do this Monday through Fridays on working days at noon Eastern and try to entertain you guys for about an hour to get you through the doldrums of your regular day. Wednesday nights we have our weekly Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live stream where we go through the news and notes from the past week and give you our opinions and thoughts on things so you can get yourself prepared for what is coming up. And usually they give us some information around that time, so hopefully we'll get something juicy for everybody, which will more likely than not be an introduction into Django. So just kind of be ready for that. We also do our Jedi Academy question and answer stream, which is on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern, where we have a great group of panelists that answer questions for you, which now include more game changers. We now have, depending how you look at it, 33 or 25% more game changers. Or 50% more game changers.
25% is more fitting because, we have icons for 25%.
So we have Warrior, we have Ramona Zab, and now we also have T-Money, who's also one of the newest game changers, and good old Maurice, who's also a new game changer, part of Operation Metaverse. So if you go to one of our Jedi Academy videos recently, you'll be able to see their links in there. And then also Jedi Master Dastra. So we have a great group of people that will answer your questions, and we do it for 2 hours. Pure question and answer stream. You guys come with the questions. We provide the answers. So make sure you guys join us for that. We are doing more with games, with different games. Ranger does his Battlefront 2. I'm doing tonight, just so you guys know, it should be around 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be doing Borderlands 2 for you guys. So make sure that you guys join us for that.
At the same time, I'll do Battlefront 2 to screw those hippies.
Yes. Apparently he will. No. So, yeah. So join us for that. And make sure that you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you guys get notifications when we go live. Sundays, we do Dungeons and Dragons. And we have a fun campaign, and my little eccentric gnome is really... I love my little gnome. My gnome is fun. He's a utility gnome. You guys have to watch it, and so you guys can follow along.
You can see Grim die a lot. We have to do something about that.
And then my gnome running over and trying to get him back to life. It's so much fun. So yeah. So we're doing a bunch more with games, and I'll let you guys kind of know. So again, I'm working on the podcast, and I will try to get that up by at least before the stream, if not by tonight. I do have a few more meetings here today, so I'll be still working today, but then I'll try and get those up before the end of tonight, if possible. The other thing also is I am currently putting together with the RSG crew a website. So we are working on the RSG website and getting that up and running for you guys. So that is one of the next things we're working on. A few things that we're working on is the website and then improving some of the stuff that we use on the live stream and all that. So we are constantly improving with your guys' support on Patreon. So the link is in the description of this video. If you guys support us through Patreon, all the money is basically going back into the stream and trying to get it better. More games, more things that you guys can access. So website is the next thing, and then improvement in some of the technology. So we really appreciate all the support you guys give us. Yeah. We're up to 21 patrons now. We're almost at our first goal. So we really appreciate that. For the VIPs, there will be something we will be asking you guys about as a potential idea later today. So if you are a VIP, we'll ask. We have kind of a special thing that we're trying to put together, and we want your guys' opinion, and that's what we expect from our VIPs. As you guys donate, we give you VIP access, and so you guys are kind of like our eyes and ears to the community as well. So be on the lookout for that in the VIP chat on our Discord.
All right. So on behalf of myself and the crew and the lovely Dana Descent, thank you guys for stopping by. Check us out tonight for some of our other fun stuff, and we will holler at you later. Peace.
Pork.
Oh, hell no, we're not ending the damn stream like that.
Crop.
Seriously, I'll keep this goddamn stream running for 4 hours just to make sure that is erased.
And Captain Obvious, you are correct. That's lawnmower people outside of my house. They're just going.
So let's try the ending again. So on behalf of myself and the RSG crew and the lovely Dana Descent, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll check you out later tonight for some more fun and activities. Peace.
Pork.
No! God damn it! Are we done?
Maybe.
Let's try this again. So on behalf of myself and the crew and the lovely Dana Descent, thank you for stopping by. Check us out later tonight for our Borderlands stream, and we will holler at you later.
Oh, he's so cute.
No.
Is it you guys don't want to be on the stream anymore? Is that what you're trying to do here? I'll try this one more time. So on behalf of myself and the RSG crew, thank you for stopping by and the lovely Dana Descent. Check us out later tonight for Borderlands action, and we will holler at you later. Peace.
I'm resisting with all my might.
That doesn't mean talk to, Finn. God damn, you can't just shut up for 5 seconds. Couldn't keep your damn mouth shut for 5 seconds. I'm stopping the stream. You guys have ruined everything.